Today I am making one of my favorite game trail hikes down to an old reliable early season spot. Love this walk. And continuing with my back to my roots theme, I've got my spay and I've got a dry fly set up. It is Sunday, July 6th. At the moment, zero wind. And where I'm headed holds a lot of cutthroat. The weather's perfect. The river is on a nice drop. I can tell from what I'm seeing on this little game trail that it's all been game, not a bunch of other fishermen. Quite a different scene from the last time I walked down here during steelhead. All this grass has grown up so high, and the willows are all over the place. I actually kind of accidentally passed it and walked down to the bottom, which I'm going to take as a sign from the fishing gods that I need to work it up with the dry fly and then do all my swinging with the spay, because that's the way the world works. I gotta listen to the fishing gods when they talk to me. Alright, I'm gonna get to it. Well, that did not take long to get into a pretty freaking nice cutthroat. Made my warm-up casts and started working up, and was quickly reminded how much of a bitch it is to wade at this spot, because every rock's like a bowling ball and they're all slippery as hell. This guy's got some pull to him. It was a nice classic rise. Wow, he's bulldogging me, kind of like brown trout will do. Oh yeah, it's just a beautiful, fresh, probably a hen who within the last month did her spawning activity. Football shaped. Spunky. Man, oh man. Catch a lot of footballs in here, but this one is the definition. What she lacks in length, she makes up for in girth. All right, here we go. Wow, what a great battle right off the bat. Look at that. Awesome, awesome. Now, if she'll just cooperate with me, we will get the, oh, the fly is already out. Look at the girth on that fish. I mean, where my fingers are. Let me get it in the sun. That is craziness. Talk about your healthy cutthroat. Awesome. 1, 2. Uh-oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So, A little bit of superstition, a little bit of science behind what I was just counting out at 21. The superstition is 21 is a very important number in Bitcoin. I used to use 20, but then along the way I became a Bitcoiner and changed everything to 21. Now the science. So after I dry and dress my dry flies, it is necessary, using my two-step method of drying the fly and then applying the potion, it is necessary for that silicone that is soaking up in and attaching to the fur on the body of the fly. It's important for that to dry out, for the fly to get max. There we go. That was a good fish, a really good fish, really good take. Anyway, so I'm drying the fly is what I'm doing. And like I said, I used to always do 20 false casts just as a disciplinary thing to make sure that I did my best job of drying the fly. And then I changed it to 21. Now the superstition part, I have a beautiful cutthroat hooked up, and who knows with any superstition what makes a difference. All I know is that these dry flies of my tying, whoa, nice. These dry flies float their highest, float their best when I go through that method, drying the fly, dressing the fly, and then making all those extra false casts to dry the potion. Now the last thing, while I'm taking my time to land this fish, that I am constantly reminded of, that is equally important, is I still carry gink, which is just one of the versions of a petroleum-based product that waterproofs things like dry flies. I still carry gink, and the reason I still carry gink is because I dress the last 3 feet of my fly line and my entire tapered leader. I was doing some tests a while back, and it makes so much of a difference in how long of a dead drift you get on your dry fly when your leader is floating and your fly line is floating too. And there are all kinds of theories about whether it's a good thing or bad thing sight-wise to apply anything to your leader. I can tell you that it extends my drift, especially the bottom half of it, so much when the leader is not sinking the fly or the fly line is not sinking the leader. And the fact is that our fly line gets dirty, our fly line gets little cracks in it, it soaks up water. Monofilament material that is on a tapered leader is sinking just by its nature. And so you want everything working in your favor to keep that fly high, especially when you're just fishing a single dry. This is just a little cutthroat, but the reason I turned the camera on, even with as significantly big, this is a size 12 dry fly that I'm fishing, and I was watching it right on that little slick out there, and there was absolutely zero sign of his rise. All I saw was the fly disappear and instinctively pulled back, and he was there. Now that's the kind of rise you expect out of a big fish, but my guess is, oh good, perfect release too. My guess is that guy's going to be a complete stud when he gets a few years under him. All right, we are into a bigger fish. He is going ape shit. Out there in that faster water, I noticed on my first couple of drifts that out there that I was getting interest. Oh, this is beauty. I'm going to get him on the reel. I don't think he's done with his spastic behavior. Another super cool rise. Wow, I had a lot of line up. All right, we're on the reel. Oh, what'd you do, buddy? Did you wear yourself out too quick? Another football. Man, looking right down on top of him just now, he looked like a tuna. These guys are healthy this year. They're healthy every year, but it's all relative. And they are digging the purple McStimmy this morning. Oh, now he got wrapped up in the line a little bit. Oh, baby. All right, keep him in the water. Oh, fly's already out. Sheer perfection the way that went down. Let's see if I can get my fly out of the net while he's sitting still. Oh, I think he's a little wrapped up in the leader. Let's see if he resolves that situation himself. He did. Now he's over there in the shallows making his way back out. Never even touched him. That's the way it's supposed to go down. Oh man, this might be my favorite fish this morning. So this guy who has some serious girth or some serious pull, it's almost like he's got me snagged on. There he comes. He was in the shallows. He was right over here, snuck over here in the shallows and thought, holy crap, this is a heavy, heavy fish. I still am wondering if he has me wrapped around a rock. Oh, he's off. He actually broke me off. I shouldn't have been doubting whether he had me wrapped around something. I should have just gone with it because that was a beautiful cutthroat. Oh man, that was a lapse in judgment on my part. It was all fish. That was not wrapped around a rock or anything else, and I was kind of horsing him. What an idiot. 19, 20, 21. Now, in my defense, so upon a super close inspection of my leader, when I brought that fly after breaking off, when I brought that in, of a super close inspection of my leader, I was right in that that fish definitely got me around a rock. There was an abrasion on my leader where it broke that could only have come from rubbing on something, namely a rock, because that's all that's out here. Now, that being said, that fish was big enough that he immediately ran out a bunch of line and got out there in the fast current. So I would have loved to see him, don't get me wrong, it's still a break-off, and I was responsible, but I felt a little better when I realized that my gut instinct, that my line was wrapped around something in addition to being in a fish's mouth. I felt a little better to get a little bit of vindication, I guess. Which is just stupid. I still broke off a fish. Nobody gives a shit the reason why.